Hey everybody, we are here together, Brittany, Howard, and I, and we are going to talk to you guys about something that's really important for growing your business, and that is attrition. So you don't want to see those white lines. You want to keep people on the products. You want to see your points go up every month. As many people as you're joining, you want to see your points go up. So we're going to talk about that today.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be signing people up and working really, really hard and then losing people as fast as you get them. You definitely want to be adding people faster than you're losing them, but you also want the ones that you sign up to stay on the products, right? We want people who are committed to this long term, ready to change their life, and we know that doesn't happen overnight, right? It doesn't happen in 30 days either. It doesn't happen in 60 days in most cases. So you want to basically undersell the products. You don't want to oversell. That's the last thing you want to do. So you undersell because you want people to you'd rather people have lower expectations and then their world be absolutely rocked by these products and then be blown away by what has happened with their health than to try to sell quick weight loss, which is not what Plexus is, and then be disappointed because they didn't lose 20 pounds their first month and things like that. So we just want to talk about not overselling and how to undersell. So some people might think, well, if I undersell, if I don't say this or if I don't say that, I might not get people to sign up. But you have to think long term. It's kind of like if you had a toddler who threw her first tantrum. You might be tempted to think, oh, well, that's cute, and not discipline the child. But you have to think about what that looks like 10 years from now. So you don't let it slide, right? And so it's the same thing with your business. Telling people that you lost 20 pounds in the first month or whatever, even if that's true, that is not sustainable long term because that's not typical. Plexus is not quick weight loss. If you look at our clinical trials, it is proven that Plexus helps people lose weight. It's in a very natural and healthy way though. It's not quick, it's not overnight. The products are really going to go to work on what your body needs the most first. So like if you have a lot of inflammation in your body, really bad gut health, things like that, the products are going to go to work on that first, and then weight loss will come later. And it's also 8 pounds is that was the average. Over a 2-month period, people taking the triplex lost 8 pounds more than people who were not. So we do know that Plexus helps you lose weight, but we know that it's so much more than that. I very rarely even talk to people about weight loss. Sometimes I do if that's what their health goals are. Did you want to say something about what the products were going to go to work on first?
Yeah, I mean, just what you said is so true. Just what the products are going to work on first is the order of most importance. So if you have somebody who is, I don't know, say 300 pounds, and they need to lose weight or they're going to have a heart attack, they're going to die. So you might see that kind of person drop 20 pounds a month over 3 months, but that's to get your body healthy. And then the weight loss might stop and they think, oh, the products aren't working anymore. The products are still working, but they don't need the weight loss right now. So if you only need to lose 10 pounds, you're probably not going to lose that right away. If you have aches and pains in your joints, or you have candida, or you have headaches, the products are going to go to help those things because those things are more of a crisis. So it's so important to look at the overall health because most people, weight loss isn't a crisis. If they can walk easily, get in their car without assistance, and they probably don't need to lose weight as a first priority, but what's going on in their body, the chronic inflammation, their gut health, those things are more important.
Mm-hmm.
So when you take care of those things, then the weight loss comes. And with the weight loss, a lot of times we need to look at inches too, not the scale. They will be losing inches as their body's getting healthy because it burns the visceral fat around the organs. But it's not an unhealthy weight loss. It's healthy weight loss.
Mm-hmm, definitely. So you definitely want to figure out what these products are doing in people's bodies and what they're doing for most people. You definitely don't want to use extreme cases to get people to sign up. Example, 20 pounds in a month. That would be an outlier. That's not what the average is. And so what you do want to do is just think about, for example, if I was selling chocolate and I said this is the best chocolate you will ever eat in your life, and then the person takes a bite of the chocolate and they get cheesecake. Not that there was anything wrong with cheesecake, it's just that they were expecting chocolate, right? So we want to set people up for realistic expectations. And what's realistic is getting your body healthy, getting your body balanced, getting your gut cleaned out. And weight loss is a side effect of those things, but it's a lot of other things are also related to blood sugar balance and gut health. So if you 100% believe that you have some products here that are addressing some very core issues of health that people deal with, then you can use that to talk to them about how Plexus can help them reach their health goals. And you don't have to focus so much on the weight loss, because I rarely do. Another thing was, the 60-day money-back guarantee. This is another thing. So I absolutely love that Plexus offers that 60-day money-back guarantee, because it just shows the integrity of our company. Plexus is so confident that you're going to love these products that they're going to let you try it for 2 months, and it wouldn't even have to cost you anything if you didn't love it. So they're pretty confident, and I just love that. However, I don't use that to sell these products, because I don't think it's necessary, and two, I think it absolutely sets people up for, less than success. Because if you're signing people up telling them, oh, you can try it for 2 months, and if you don't love it, you get your money back, first of all, that sounds salesy. But secondly, they already have it in their mind from the beginning, okay, I'm going to try this for 2 months, and I can always get my money back if I don't love it. So that is definitely the opposite of what I say. I always tell people that this is not a 30-day system. It's not a 60-day system either. If you're not ready to commit to 3 to 6 months on these products to give it time to balance you out and clean your gut and help your body get healthy again, then I want you to wait until a time where you can commit to 3 to 6 months. And that sets people up for success. That is setting people up for what is realistic for the average person, the results that they're going to see on these products.
Even doctors, when you're starting a new health program or a diet or supplements, they recommend you stick on them for 6 months before you even get your first result. And Brittany was talking to me about a gluten-free diet. It takes 9 months for gluten to get out of your body. You're not going to expect results right away. So for people to expect results in 2 weeks is insane. Of course, we want to troubleshoot with them and everything, but those expectations you set them at the forefront. And I don't talk about the money back guarantee either. I used to, and I got a lot of people quick, and I lost a lot of people quick, because that's not what we want. So
exactly. And then don't let people give up. Sometimes you might have to troubleshoot with them, like she said, and if they feel like they're not seeing results on the products in the first month or whatever, you troubleshoot with them. What should they see in the first month anyway? And when I have somebody on the products, the first month I'm wanting them to, number one, I want them to be pooping every single day. I want to get that in place. I ask them about their cravings. I ask them how they're sleeping. I ask them if they notice less appetite, things like that. Those are the things I expect for people to see in the first month. What about you? What do you look for in the first month?
Energy, sleeping better, unless they have like adrenal fatigue, that can take some time, but most people will notice some sort of energy and sugar cravings. If they still have sugar cravings, I know they need to up their ProBio 5. I tell them, unless it's giving you diarrhea, you're not taking too much. So take that, and drinking lots of water helps with all of that.
And how do you not let them give up? What if they say, well, I'm not noticing energy yet?
I think with the giving up, it's trust. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but just them trusting, I guess we're going to talk about it now. Them trusting you is so important. I just think about so many people that I've had on the products, and they stuck with them because they trusted me. I'm not a doctor, but I love health-related things. You don't have to be as crazy about it as me, but you do need to be increasing your knowledge about the products, about how they work, health in general, and post a couple articles a week when they're struggling and they're like, oh my gosh, I am having this going on. Find them an article. They may or may not read the whole thing, but they're going to be like, oh, this girl knows what she's talking about. Even if all you did was Google, you're learning and growing, and people are going to trust you. And just being consistent with your lifestyle is so important too. You don't want to be eating McDonald's and posting about that. If you have it once in a while, that's okay. I wouldn't recommend it, and I don't do it, but you don't want to be posting, here's my bottle of block with my McDonald's French fries. It's not promoting the healthy lifestyle that we live, and that's not really how it's intended to be taken. So just being consistent with your health, and leading an active, fit, healthy lifestyle. If that's what you're promoting, which we are, is health and wellness, then you want to be an example of that, and they're going to trust you, and they're going to want to do that. So Brittany, her kids are good, they're well behaved, so when I want parenting advice, I'll talk to her. If you want marriage advice, you're going to talk to someone with a good marriage. You're not going to talk to the neighbor next door who's always yelling and fighting. Same with health. They're going to come and trust someone who is into the whole overall lifestyle.
Yeah, and I read a statistic the other day that said that 80% of repeat customers are repeat customers because they have a relationship with the person that they bought whatever it was from. And looking back on my own experience, I would say the same thing. It definitely went back to trust. The way Fallon kept me on the product so long in the beginning is because of trust. Because some people get on the products and they lose weight right away. I had a really unhealthy gut, and that was not the case for me. And so she for several months, she's like, okay, you need to try adding the ProBio 5. This was before the triplex was even cool. She was like, you need to try adding ProBio 5. You need to add the BioCleanse. And so what kept me from thinking, oh, she's just trying to upsell me, was I trusted her. Like I met her. We weren't like really, really close friends. I didn't even know her that well. You don't have to know somebody really well to be able to trust them. Politics is a really good example of that. Some people will trust anything a politician will say, even though they don't know them, they trust them. So you can build trust with people. I think a relationship is super important, but relationships are built on trust. And if you are not living or promoting a healthy lifestyle, then people aren't going to trust you. And I had met Fallon a couple of times, and I knew what intrigued me about her was the fact how she lived a healthy lifestyle, because it was like the polar opposite of anything I had ever been exposed to. And I was like, well, that's really cool. I want to do it too. So she could have sold me a purple rainbow and told me that would have made me lose weight. At that point, I just trusted what she had to say because I knew what she believed about health, and I knew their lifestyle was backing that up. So it goes back to trust. You have to be building relationships with these people. They need to be able to trust your opinion. And you can use third-party validation as well. That's really powerful. Like Fallon said, send them an article. If they don't believe you, a lot of times they'll believe what a doctor has written in an article or whatever, some kind of scientific study, whatever.
It's so true. And were you done on that point?
Yeah.
No? Okay. You kind of got to be a little pushy to keep people on the products. And I think about so many people on my team who are really good at this, and they just don't let people quit. And what keeps them from letting people quit is their knowledge of the products and their passion that these products do work. So if someone tells me they don't work, I know it's not the products, it's them. Apples, they work. They get you pooping no matter what. If the apple isn't helping you, it's something wrong with you, because it's just science here. So the products work because it's scientifically proven that it's going to work. So you just have to be a little bit pushy with keeping them on. People don't want to quit. People came to you for help. So they are wanting you to help them get those results. And that leads right into following up. You have to follow up with people. You can't just sign them up and leave them there. And I've made that mistake in the past too, because I didn't need anyone to follow up with me, but not all people are like that. So you've got to be following up. I mean, how often do you follow up?
Whenever somebody's first getting started, I reach out like on the third day, and then like once a week for the first month. And usually like I'll kind of space it out at that point and just get them to where they love the products. When they're first getting started, though, it's a lot. I talk to them often.
Until they're loving the products. I talk to them as much as I think about them, and I try to make small talk, honestly. So every few days is when I try to talk to them, like maybe every 3 or 4, until they're loving the products. And then the other thing it lead into that is once they're loving the products, you got to get them sharing, because you want your team to grow. And it's going to grow if you're adding people. And if people are loving the products, there's no reason to keep it a secret. They need to be telling people. They need to be posting on Facebook, telling their family and friends. When do you start getting people sharing?
Yeah, as soon as they tell me something they like. If they say, oh, well, I just noticed I didn't need a nap today. Or I didn't go to load all my kids up to go to the store and get some chocolate today. Whatever. Just, it doesn't even matter how small it is. I'm like, oh my gosh, so many people struggle with that. You have something that can really help people here.
Yep, that's what I do too. Oh my gosh, you have got to tell everybody about this. Everyone needs to feel as amazing as you do. And something that helps too is setting them up for this at the beginning. When someone asks me or I mention, hey, are you interested in Plexus? Have you ever thought of trying it? They'll say, no, I haven't, or yes, I have. And I'll say, are you interested in the products or the business or both? And they always say, they have never said anything different. They always say, right now I'm interested in the products, but if I love it, I'm interested in the business. Everyone is always interested in the business as well. Some people are interested right up front, but I've never had someone tell me they're not interested in both. So it just goes to show you, get them results and get them sharing.
And another thing is too, you need to know that some attrition is normal. You don't want, if you're losing more than like 30% of your people, then we need to figure out how we can tweak something. But some people you're going to lose. Some people are going to sign up and they're going to think they're going to be committed to it, and then they decide they're not going to be consistent or whatever. I mean, I've added somebody before who, when I went to follow up with her, she literally just unfriended me, and I can't even contact her now to follow up with her. That's happened to me one time. So, I mean, you just never know with some people. I mean, the people that stay on with you forever, it's not going to be 100%. So don't beat yourself up if you lose a person here and there. But what we're trying to prevent here is you losing half of your team or more because you're overselling the products, or you're not helping people get the results that they're looking for, and things like that. So we don't want you to feel like you're spinning your wheels. We definitely want to see you making progress, growing in points, because even if you are adding people and a lot of people every month, if you're losing the same amount, then that you're not gaining, you're not growing, your business isn't growing, and that's not going to help you rank up. So that is what we wanted to help you guys with today. So I hope this video helps you guys, and if you have any other questions, we will be happy to answer. Do you have anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I wanted to say about keeping people on the products, what is so important, and these are the two things that I'm noticing with attrition as I analyze my downline. People who are struggling, it's product knowledge, keeping people on the products, and their backup order. They need to come in with a backup order on, and I know some rules have had to been changed because of the FTC with that, but it's so important that we have them on like we always have. You sign people up with the backup order on, because they don't need to run out of their products. You don't want to run out of your products. You want to keep them on them. And once people stop, if they forget their order for a couple weeks, it's just easier to stop. Once they've already gotten in that routine, you want to keep them on it. And like we've already said, we know it's so important that they stay on them so they get results. So have that backup order on, and when you see in your downline people coming in with it off, that's a red flag. They need it on. So that was it.
All right.
All right, you guys. Bye.
Have a good day.